All right, folks, here we go. We're going to try to go a little faster. We're running out of time. I got to give you my picks. But we got the AFC North. I've already slated the Bengals in for last place in the AFC. Nothing that's been done with this team. Okay, so we're going to do this a little faster. I think one of the cool ways we can do this. And as far as the AFC North, I think this is a three-man toss-up. I really do. I don't know if Cleveland is a shoo-in. But we can definitely tell you that the Bengals will finish in last place. Andy Dalton, Joe Mixon, Giovanni Bernard, same crew. Hurt A.J. Green. Tyler Boyd is good. Okay, you got some decent tight end work. This team, they'll have a couple games where we'll pull up 30. Other than that, this team is not impressive. And seeing what their record was last year, 6-10. Listen, there's nothing exciting here. You almost got to scratch your head and wonder how the fuck they won the 6. You know what I mean? What, do we freeze up there? We're not freezing up here. Ain't no freezing up here. You're watching the AFC North preview, Mr. Josh W. And I also do the Mr. Josh Podcast, TheMisterJoshPodcast.com. Okay. We're running through these previews. I might have to give some predictions. Everything's laggy, man. What the F? MacBook Air, huh? So much for that. All right. So what we're trying to find here, and there's just so many tabs. Okay. We want to go to schedules. So let's shoot through these. Let's get Cincinnati just right out of the way. And then we can get to the good stuff. Let's see what this record's going to be. Robbie Anderson is okay. Albert Wilson's okay. Adrian Peterson scratched. Boy, it sucks that this is going as slow as it is, huh? All right. What do we got here? Okay, what do we got? We've got the Bengals. Okay, so let's start marking off losses right off rip, huh? We've got Seattle, loss. At home San Francisco. I'm going to give that a 50-50 right now. At Buffalo, I think Buffalo's going to beat them for some reason. That's going to be a 50-50. At Pittsburgh, loss. Arizona, I'm going to give them that win. At Baltimore, loss. Jacksonville, loss. At Raiders, I'm going to say that that's even a possible win. I'm going to give them a steal there. Home game versus Baltimore, I think that's a loss. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that say LAR? That's the Rams. Okay, definite loss. I'm thinking LA Raiders. Man, that's screwy. Okay, Baltimore loss. At Oakland, we're going to give them that game. So we have them in by week 8, 5. Okay, 5 and 7. Yeah, we have Seattle. Okay, so we have them basically 2 and 5 at this point. Loss, 1 loss, 2 loss, 3 loss, 4 loss, and Jacksonville 5. That's 2. I think here, the Baltimore game, we're going to give them the Raiders, so that's 3. And this Baltimore game at home, I say, is also a loss. Pittsburgh loss. Jets at home, I think I'm going to give them the win. I don't know if they're going to do it. At Cleveland, loss. New England, loss. We'll give them the Miami game, and then I'm going to say they're going to lose Cleveland again. There's a 50-50 on that one. This is a 10-loss team again. This team should go 6-10 again. And they might even go 5-11. They might even go 5-11. And guess what? I'm going to say they are going to go 5-11. Okay? Baltimore. All right, we're cooking with gas, folks. What happened there? Baltimore. Baltimore is interesting. Baltimore's very interesting. Okay. Here we go. At Miami, win. Arizona, win. I'm going to say at KC is a loss. I'm going to say that Cleveland home game, I'm going to give that a 50-50. At Pittsburgh, I'm going to mark that as a loss. The Cincinnati game is a win. At Seattle, this is a tough schedule. At KC, at Pittsburgh, and at Seattle, come on, man. 3-9, those are tough. I'm going to give that a loss. The New England game. What a stretch, man. Ravens have a hard schedule. New England, I'm going to say, is a loss. And then Cincy's a win. Houston's a 50-50. Oh, my God, dude. And at Rams. What a hard schedule. We'll give them a win at Frisco. I'm going to give them the win at Buffalo. I'm going to give them the win with this Jet home game. At Cleveland. Let's say they lose that game. And then Pittsburgh. Let's say that's a 50-50. Boy, this team, I have them at 7-6 with 3 up for grabs. This team will go 9-7. They may go 10-6. They may. They have a very hard schedule. Very hard schedule. So we're talking about a 10-6, possible 9-7. They have a very hard schedule. Okay. And going back to Roto World. You know about Lamar Jackson. You know they got 3 good running backs, man. They're deep. They're deep at running back. This may be the best 3 backs as a tandem. I love Gus Edwards. And Mark Ingram, he's got plenty in the tank, man. I don't know if he's going to have the same whole... Listen, this team is going to be tough. The receiving core is not bad. Snead and Boykin are not bad. Marquise Brown, he's all right. Seth Roberts is a pro from the Raiders. This team, and then they have the best kicker in football. I am telling you, Baltimore. Interesting. Look at some of the other 2 teams in the division. And as we know about Baker Mayfield. This is a big year, possible turnaround as far as really escalating himself to the next level. I shouldn't even call it a turnaround. I don't want to say that. This guy already turned the team around. Went from a winless team to a team almost 500 with legitimate chances in 4 games that they could have won. Remember the fucking game against the Saints with the missed field goals? Nick Chubb, stud. Kareem Hunt going to come back. Very deep. And then, look, the receivers. You got Landry, you got Beckham. Rashard Higgins, he's good. He's good. They don't need Callaway. They're loaded. They get up Pharaoh Brown. He's a 3rd stringer. And they got Njoku. Come on. Cleveland, loaded. Loaded. Of course there's all the hype. Of course there's all the hype. And then the final team, so we had Cincinnati, we have Cleveland, we have Baltimore, and then we have Pittsburgh. Now, Pittsburgh is interesting. See, a lot of people want to write Pittsburgh off. I don't want to write Pittsburgh off because I think they got rid of the 2 headaches. There was a problem here. You still got Big Ben. You still got Connor. You got Samuels. Nice. He's a nice handcuff. They pick up Dante Moncrief. They have Juju Smith-Schuster. They're not deep here. They're not deep, but those 2 are good. This team can't have any injuries, I can tell you that. And then Vance McDonald at tight end, very, very, very serviceable. And so now, why don't we jump So last year, Baltimore was 10-6. And Pittsburgh was 9-6-1. And the Browns were 7-8-1. This is what they have to beat. All right? They all 3 might do that. Baltimore. All right. Let's go and run through Cleveland. What are they going to do? All right. Here we go. Okay. Browns full schedule. We've got Tennessee at home. I think we were going to agree that the Browns were going to give that a win. We got at Jets. I'm going to say that's a win. They got the Rams. I'm going to say it's a loss. At Baltimore. At Baltimore. This could be a loss. We were talking about this with me and some folks. They're not going to exactly be ripping their doors off of anything before the bye. At Frisco, I'm going to call that a win. And then Seattle, I'm going to call that a loss. So if you see here their first 6 games, this team legitimately is probably going to go 3-3. And that's nothing to be too excited about considering that people think they're going to be in a Super Bowl. They have a hard schedule. New England, loss. At Denver, I'm putting that as a 50-50. I don't believe that's a definite win. I'm going to give them the win at Buffalo. I'm going to sit there, and here you go, their first Pittsburgh game. By the way, they play Pittsburgh. Look how fast. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. All right? So you got Buffalo. Then you got Pittsburgh. Man, at home. Let's give them the Pittsburgh game. Let's just give them that one and say they're going to lose the next one. Miami, they win. I give them that loss. Home game against Cincinnati. We say they win. I say they win this Cardinal game. I think we have them. I'm having them split with Baltimore, so they're going to win the home game and they're going to win Cincinnati. I got news for you. There's no reason. Okay. There's no reason that this team can't go 10-6. And I got news for you. They might even go 11-5 if they're as good as you think. So I have them at a good chance of 10-6, possibly 11-5. That might put them in first place. That might put them in first place. Okay. And then let's go look back and let's put what we got for the Steelers. Yeah. Steelers full schedule. All right. So we've got New England. We're going to assume they're going to lose this game. They're going to lose that one. I think Seattle is a 50-50 even at home for the Steelers. I like Seattle a lot this year. I think that's going to be a loss. I'll give them the San Francisco win. I'm going to give them at home against Cincinnati. I'm going to have them split Baltimore, so I'm going to give them the home win. The Chargers at Chargers, I'm going to say that's a loss. I have them then beating the Dolphins. I have that Colt game. I'm going to say they're going to win that game. I'm going to say they're going to lose the Rams game. I'm going to say they're going to lose at Cleveland. I'm going to give that a split. I think even at Cincinnati, they'll win that game. So Cleveland home, we said we're going to give them a split there. I think they're going to beat Arizona. I think they're going to beat Buffalo. I think the Jets at home is a loss. I think the Jets are going to be good enough to possibly, that's a 50-50 game. I'm going to make that a loss. And then at Baltimore, that's a loss. So they technically should go 9-7 the way it goes. That's why this is a dogfight, folks. This is a dogfight in that division. So the way I have it lined up, personally speaking, you could see where every game is going to matter in this division. it's legit that the Browns can go 11-5. Yeah, I'm gonna make the Browns actually, based on this, win the division at 11-5, and then I'm gonna have the Ravens and the Steelers. I think they can both go 10-6. So this is a toss-up. And obviously the Browns, they were 7-8-1. The Steelers were 9-6-1. And the Ravens were 10-6. So there's not much difference here. This is just jockeying for position. There you go. There's my prediction. They're just jockeying for position. All right. We're gonna stop here, and then I'm gonna give my picks for the week.